Hello guys, Pezray here. Today we are going to look at a game called Dauntless, or some may call Monster Hunter. Haha! Welcome back guys. Okay, so we have a game here called Dauntless. Now, I do believe this has been out for quite some time. I'm guessing around a year, something like that. And basically, I started playing this game a few weeks ago, and I've only just managed to get around to doing a video. So I have had, I'd say, about 6 hours gameplay on it. So it's not a lot, but it's enough to get a good understanding of the game and the way it works. I've also had Sankozy, a friend of mine, play it. I've had a guy who was playing, I was playing with today on it, called Limitless, and also my brother Night Owl. And they all say the same thing. This is a reskin, kind of Monster Hunter. Exactly the same concept. Got to go out, kill them behemoths, break parts, use the parts to craft your gear, and yeah, just build your character up as high as you can. And I've got to admit, I'm really impressed with it. It is super cool. Like, the graphics is amazing, the areas are amazing. So yeah, I think what we need to do is we just need to take a little look round, do some fights, and you guys will get an understanding of it. So right now what's happened is we have matched up to go into a hunt. So we're going to go and find a behemoth, we're going to kill it, we're going to smash it apart. And yeah, if you've played Monster Hunter before, you will look at this game and go, oh wow. Me personally, I haven't yet got Monster Hunter. I was so hoping to get it last month, but with all the games that I keep ended up downloading, I'm just losing track of myself. But this is a good substitute. This is really good. And even Sankozy and me were talking a few days back, and he was saying this is a pretty damn good game for saying it is what it is. So yeah, as far as I know, obviously I can't comment too much on Monster Hunter and the differences between the two games. I can only speculate and the things that I've been told. So basically, we get dropped down on an island. Now, on these islands there are things to farm, like materials. We pick flowers and we can pick rock and stuff like that, and that's used for potions and grenades and all sorts of stuff. And while you're running through these areas, you've got to keep an eye out for the behemoth. When you find the behemoth, you send a flare up into the air and away you go. It is super simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys watch this video, and I'll just keep coming in and out. We'll talk about mechanics and stuff like that as it goes along. So enjoy. Okay, so I've spotted the behemoth. I've sent a flare up to indicate to the other two players where I am. Obviously we're all here anyway, but it's just force of habit. And yeah, we just got to fight this thing. Obviously each mob has its own mechanics. This one's very fire based. It spits out fire and lava and all sorts of stuff. And the cool thing about these enemies, as well as the game progresses, you will find that these enemies get angry, and when they get angry they get tough, trust me. So again, I'll let it play out. Okay, so let's talk weapons. In this game, we do have things like a long sword, kind of like a great sword. You have an axe. You have daggers kind of thing, which is what I'm using at the moment with chains on. I really love this weapon. Not the most powerfulest weapon in the game, but so fast, and they're really good for breaking parts. You have a hammers that can be massive. Some of the hammers in this game are huge. You can also have axes. They're kind of like great axes as well. And then you also have spears. Spears are pretty fast. As far as I'm aware, and from what I'm gathering, the swords give out the most DPS. The thing I like about swords, and Night Owls is using a sword at the moment, some of the enemies you can actually stun them quite a lot. I think the hammers are good for like smashing up the armor, and like I said, the daggers are good for breaking parts. The spear can actually weaken parts to make them easier to break. So yeah, the dynamics of the game are really, really cool. I do like the way this game runs. It's for saying I haven't played Monster Hunter, I'm kind of excited to play Monster Hunter now, because it's like I kind of get the gist of how it's going to play out. I've been told that the daggers unfortunately aren't in Monster Hunter, which is a shame, because these daggers are amazing. But things like the long sword and the hammer and stuff like that, they kind of are. So yeah, and here we are. As you can see, the behemoth is angry, so we just got to keep on hitting on him. Oh, it looks like he's calmed down now. A few slaps to the face calmed him down. Just quickly, another element is the fact that you can use element weapons, mind the pun. So yeah, so when you're fighting something that's fire-based, obviously you want to have something that's going to be water-based or ice-based or something like that. And yeah, that's another cool thing. So you're always switching between armors. It all depends on the fight that you're fighting, to which weapon and armor you're going to use. So obviously with your armor, you want to have as much resistance as you can against whatever you're going to be fighting. So again, that's another concept I like about this game, is the fact that it doesn't matter how many different pieces of armor you get, you always want to be switching and swapping and making sure that you're going into battle with the best setup you can possibly go with. And this is my flare, by the way. Gotta love it. Big skull in the sky tells everybody death is here. Right now, as you can see, I'm just getting some health from this little pool on the floor. You get this like ether, so that's kind of like a little bit of a saviour when your health's low. You can use one of them. You can also use potions. There's different types of potions. There's stamina. There's like things that can make you more powerful. Like I say, you do get grenades as well. So yeah, after 6 hours of playing this game, I am highly impressed. There are a few little bugs here and there. There's a few times where the enemy has bugged out a little bit, but do you know what? This game is in beta, which is again something else that's super cool. For saying this is in beta, again, I'm really impressed with it. It is free, so if you guys are interested in getting it on the PC, just Google Dauntless and find it and download it. It's really, really cool. Right, so we're smashing it up, and there we go. He has been slain, which is super cool. This bit I like. we now get ranked on how we performed. Again, I'm not 100% sure if this is in Monster Hunter. It possibly is. I'm not sure. But again, it's a nice little touch. It just gives you that little bit of a big head when you do really well and you get an S+, which I just didn't get. Just popped into my head a mobile game that I used to play, and I've actually uploaded some videos on YouTube before of it, is Dragon Project. This kind of got the same feel as Dragon Project, I think, which is pretty cool. So I never ever put the two together until just while I was recording this video. So yeah, that was pretty dope. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the city, and I'll just show you around a few of the areas like the blacksmith and the guy that sells potions and stuff like that. Okay, so we're back in the city now, and another game that this reminds me of, in the city especially, is Fable. I don't know why, there's just something magical about this place, and for me it just reminds me of Fable so bad. Okay, so this is the potion guy. This is the guy where you get all your good stuff, your buffs, your stamina, stuff like that. Help you out in the fights. Really important. You go out on the field, you collect your flowers and your mushrooms, and then you go and trade it to him, and he gives you your potions. Around here we have the blacksmith. This is where you get all your good weapons. Obviously you get your sword, your hammer, your daggers, and your axe and spear. When you first start the game, you don't actually have the axe and spear unlocked. You have to do that yourself by upgrading the weapons that you get along the way. And yeah, the weapons are pretty sweet. They look really cool. They look really beefy. The hammers are just monstrous. And then you got the swords. Again, really good detail on the swords. And then round the corner we have the person who sells you all your armor. So you've got armor on here. The armor looks pretty cool, very well detailed again, and that has different resistance and blah 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 blah. You know the situation, I've already explained it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a fight, and rather than me talking, coming in and out, in and out, in and out, I'm going to let you guys digest it and just enjoy it and watch it. So back in a bit. there we have it, hunt complete. And that, unfortunately, is the end of the video. What did you guys think to the game? Did you enjoy it? Is it something you'd like to see me put up more often? Is it a game that you would try? Is it like Monster Hunter? There's so many questions. Please drop a comment below. Hit a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And thanks for watching. On that note, please subscribe. Don't forget, hit that notification symbol to stay up to date with all my videos, and then you get to view all this content as it drops. Take care, guys.